Have you ever unboxed a brand new gadget, brimming with excitement, only to find something crucial missing? Or perhaps you've taken a bite of your favorite snack and instantly thought, this isn't quite how I remember it? You're definitely not alone. It's a phenomenon many of us experience, a subtle shift in the products we love and rely on. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on a quiet, widespread practice that might just change how you look at your next purchase. Manufacturers across various industries have a peculiar habit, quietly removing features, accessories, or even core ingredients from their beloved products, often without a public announcement. Sometimes, these changes are masked by clever marketing, hinting at improvements or eco-friendly initiatives. Other times, they're so subtle you might not notice until much later. But make no mistake, these aren't accidental omissions, they're calculated decisions that impact us directly. The big question is, why do they do it, and more importantly, can we, as consumers, do anything about it? The answer is a resounding yes. Today, we're not just going to expose these hidden removals, we're going to show you practical, clever ways to reclaim what was quietly taken. From digital tweaks to finding forgotten formulations, prepare to be surprised by how much power you actually have. Stick around, because this journey into product secrets and consumer empowerment is truly wild. Alright, let's kick off our countdown with something almost everyone has experienced recently. Coming in at number 5, it's the quiet disappearance of essential accessories from our most anticipated new tech purchases. Remember the good old days when a new smartphone came fully loaded with everything you needed, right out of the box? Chargers, headphones, sometimes even a protective case? Well, those days, for many flagship devices, are largely gone. The boxes are definitely getting lighter, but your wallet isn't. Our first major revelation, the once standard smartphone charger and even headphones, which used to be included with almost every new device, are now often sold separately. This trend began with major players like Apple, then quickly spread to others like Samsung and Google. Their stated reason? Environmental impact, claiming it reduces electronic waste and the size of packaging. It sounds noble on the surface, doesn't it? But let's dig a little deeper into this convenient excuse. While reducing e-waste is a truly commendable goal, many argue that the primary motivation here is financial. By removing these accessories, manufacturers significantly cut production costs and shipping expenses. Plus, they then get to sell you the charger and headphones separately, often at a premium, creating an entirely new revenue stream. It's a clever double dip for them, but often leaves consumers feeling a little shortchanged, especially when they upgrade and suddenly need new peripherals. So, what does this mean for you? If you're upgrading from an older phone, you might already have a compatible charger. But what if you're switching brands, or your old charger is outdated or broken? Suddenly, that new phone comes with an unexpected extra cost, typically anywhere from $20 to $50 for a new charging brick and cable. And let's not forget the environmental impact of consumers now buying and shipping these items separately, often from different sources. So, how do we get these essential accessories back? The most straightforward way is to simply buy the original equipment manufacturer, or OEM, charger and headphones directly from the brand. OEM means it's made by the same company that made your phone, ensuring perfect compatibility and often the fastest charging speeds, if your phone supports it. While this might feel like paying twice, it guarantees quality and performance. A more budget-friendly approach involves exploring third-party accessories. Brands like Anker, Belkin, and Ugreen offer high-quality chargers and cables that are often more affordable than their OEM counterparts. Many of these also meet safety standards and offer similar fast charging capabilities. However, a word of caution, always choose reputable brands to avoid unreliable or potentially unsafe products that could damage your device. What's often overlooked is that many modern devices, especially those using USB-C, adhere to universal charging standards like USB Power Delivery, or USB PD. This means a single, good-quality USB PD charger can often power your smartphone, tablet, and even some laptops, regardless of brand. Understanding these standards empowers you to make smarter purchases, often reducing the need for multiple specific chargers and decluttering your life. So, when you're looking to replace that missing charger, don't just grab the cheapest one. Invest in a versatile, high-wattage USB PD charger from a reputable brand. This single accessory can serve you for years across multiple devices, essentially bringing back the convenience of a universal charger that manufacturers quietly phased out by removing individual ones. It's an investment that pays off in convenience, compatibility, and potentially even less e-waste in the long run. Now, what about those headphones? Many phones still ship without them. If you prefer wired audio, you'll need to purchase a 3.5mm jack-compatible pair, or an adapter if your phone only has a USB-C or Lightning port. For wireless, Bluetooth headphones offer freedom from cables and are often a worthwhile upgrade. But remember, the choice is now yours, and it comes with an additional cost, another item quietly removed from your phone's box. The removal of chargers and headphones from smartphone boxes represents a significant shift in consumer expectations. While manufacturers cite environmental benefits, the financial advantages for them are undeniable. However, by understanding universal standards like USB PD and choosing reputable third-party options, you can effectively get back these essential items without breaking the bank. It's about being an informed consumer in a world where less in the box often means more out of your pocket. Moving on to number 4 on our list, we tackle another widespread removal that has sparked countless debates and forced many of us to adapt. I'm talking about the humble, yet incredibly versatile, 3.5mm headphone jack. Once a universal standard on almost every mobile device, it began its quiet vanishing act several years ago, leaving a dongle-shaped hole in the hearts of many audio enthusiasts. Its absence has profoundly changed how we listen to music and take calls. For decades, the 3.5mm audio jack was the undisputed champion of personal audio connectivity. It was simple, robust, and universally compatible. Plug in any pair of headphones, from a cheap pair to studio-grade cans, and you were good to go. This analog connection translated electrical signals directly into sound waves, offering a straightforward and often high-fidelity audio experience. It was a standard we all took for granted, a true plug-and-play feature. So, why did manufacturers decide to ditch such a beloved and functional port? The official reasons often cited include allowing for thinner phone designs, improving water resistance by removing an opening, and making room for larger batteries or other internal components. There's also the push towards digital audio through USB-C or Lightning ports, and, of course, the ever-growing market for wireless Bluetooth headphones, which conveniently often come from the same manufacturers. The immediate consequence for consumers was the rise of the dreaded dongle. If you wanted to use your existing wired headphones with a new phone lacking a 3.5mm jack, you suddenly needed an adapter that converted the USB-C or Lightning port into a headphone jack. This not only added an extra item to carry and potentially lose but also introduced an additional point of failure and, for some, a perceived dip in audio quality due to the digital-to-analog conversion process happening externally. Let's quickly define some terms here. A dongle is simply a small device that plugs into a port on a computer or phone to provide it with an additional function, like our headphone jack adapter. Within these adapters, you'll often find a DAC, which stands for Digital to Analog Converter. This tiny chip takes the digital audio data from your phone and transforms it into the analog electrical signals that your headphones can understand and turn into sound. Quality DACs are crucial for good audio. The most direct way to get back your headphone jack is, predictably, through an adapter. Major phone manufacturers sell their own official USB-C or Lightning to 3.5mm adapters, ensuring compatibility. Additionally, many third-party audio brands offer high-quality dongle DACs that actually outperform the built-in audio hardware of many older phones. These often integrate a superior DAC, offering clearer, more detailed sound for your wired headphones, making the dongle life a surprising upgrade for audiophiles. Not all manufacturers have abandoned the 3.5mm jack. Certain niche smartphones, often catering to gamers or audio enthusiasts, continue to include it. Brands like Sony, Asus, with their ROG phone series, and even some budget-friendly Android phones understand the value of this traditional port for specific user bases. If a dedicated headphone jack is a non-negotiable feature for you, a little research can still lead you to devices that haven't quietly removed it. Of course, the other major solution to the missing headphone jack is to embrace wireless audio. Bluetooth headphones have advanced significantly, offering excellent sound quality, active noise cancellation, and impressive battery life. While they represent a departure from the traditional wired experience, they offer unparalleled convenience and freedom of movement. Many find this an acceptable trade-off, viewing wireless as a true upgrade rather than a forced adaptation. However, for critical listening, gaming, or simply avoiding battery anxiety, wired headphones still offer distinct advantages. They provide a direct, uncompressed audio signal and never need charging. So, while manufacturers pushed us towards wireless, the fundamental benefits of a wired connection mean that the headphone jack experience can indeed be retrieved, albeit sometimes with an extra dongle. It's about choosing the right solution for your audio priorities. The removal of the 3.5mm headphone jack was a bold move by manufacturers, driven by design and technological shifts. While it initially caused frustration and led to the dongle life, consumers now have multiple avenues to get it back, whether through high-quality adapters, seeking out specific phone models, or embracing advanced wireless audio. It highlights how consumer demand and innovative solutions can arise even when manufacturers quietly remove a long-standing feature. Alright, let's peel back another layer of manufacturer secrecy for our number 3 spot. This one impacts not just your wallet, but also the environment and the longevity of your devices. We're talking about the quiet disappearance of user repairability, particularly the ability to easily replace components like batteries. Remember a time when you could simply pop open your phone or laptop and swap out a dying battery? Those days are increasingly a distant memory, replaced by sealed units that require specialized tools and skills. For years, it was common practice to replace your phone battery when it started to lose its charge or upgrade your laptop's RAM or storage. Not anymore. Modern devices are often meticulously engineered with glued-down components, proprietary screws, and fragile internal layouts that make self-repair incredibly difficult, if not impossible, for the average user. This shift has profound implications for the lifespan of our electronics and generates a significant amount of electronic waste. Let's define repairability. It refers to how easily a product can be fixed or maintained by its owner or an independent repair shop. A high repairability score means easy access to components, readily available parts, and clear guides. This trend towards less repairable products often ties into planned obsolescence, a strategy where products are designed to become obsolete or non-functional after a certain period, encouraging consumers to buy new ones. Manufacturers often justify this design philosophy by citing aesthetics, thinner devices, seamless enclosures, and structural integrity, especially for waterproofing. They also argue that sealed units offer better performance and safety. However, critics point to the undeniable financial incentive. By making repairs difficult, companies can push consumers towards costly official repair services or, more profitably, towards purchasing an entirely new device, thus perpetuating a cycle of consumption. The most common component to fail in a smartphone or laptop is its battery. Over time, all rechargeable batteries degrade, holding less charge and eventually failing. In the past, a simple battery swap could breathe new life into an aging device. Now, a failing battery often means either an expensive, complicated repair or, more commonly, the premature retirement of an otherwise perfectly functional device, contributing massively to the growing e-waste problem worldwide. Fortunately, a strong right-to-repair movement is gaining traction, and resources are emerging to help consumers. For the intrepid DIY enthusiast, websites like iFixit provide detailed, step-by-step repair guides and sell specialized toolkits and genuine replacement parts. This allows you to tackle battery swaps, screen replacements, and other common repairs yourself, effectively getting back the ability to extend your device's life, but it does require patience and a steady hand. If DIY isn't your thing, independent repair shops are a vital resource. These local businesses specialize in fixing electronics, often at a more affordable price than official service centers. They possess the necessary tools and expertise to navigate complex device architectures. Supporting independent repair not only saves you money but also contributes to a more sustainable circular economy, reducing reliance on manufacturers' repair monopolies. Beyond individual actions, there's a growing global movement advocating for the right to repair. This movement pushes for legislation that would compel manufacturers to make spare parts, tools, and repair manuals readily available to consumers and independent repair shops. Victories are being made in various regions, forcing companies to reconsider their anti-repair practices. This collective effort is perhaps the most powerful way to get back repairability on a systemic level. The good news is, some manufacturers are starting to respond. Companies like Apple and Samsung have, to varying degrees, launched self-service repair programs, offering tools and parts to customers. While these programs are still in their early stages and can be complex, they represent a significant step in the right direction. It shows that collective consumer pressure and legislative action can indeed influence even the largest tech giants. The intentional reduction of device repairability, especially the move away from user-replaceable batteries, represents a significant hurdle for consumers. It contributes to e-waste and forces premature upgrades. However, through DIY initiatives, supporting independent repair shops, and the impactful Right to Repair movement, we are steadily reclaiming the ability to maintain and extend the life of our valuable electronics. It's a battle for sustainability and consumer rights. Coming in at number 2 on our list is a sneaky removal that isn't about physical components, but rather something less tangible: your device's clean slate. I'm talking about bloatware, those unwanted, pre-installed software applications that clutter up your brand new computer or smartphone. They weren't there when you envisioned your device, but manufacturers quietly add them, often for their own benefit, leaving you with a slower, less private, and frustrating user experience right out of the box. Bloatware is essentially any software pre-installed by the manufacturer or carrier on your new device that you didn't ask for and often don't need. This can range from trial versions of antivirus software, games, specific branded apps, or even duplicate utilities. While some might be mildly useful, many simply consume valuable system resources, like RAM and CPU cycles, storage space, and can even pose privacy risks by running in the background. So, why do manufacturers quietly install this unrequested software? The answer is primarily financial. They receive payments from software developers and advertisers for pre-installing these applications. It's a significant revenue stream that helps them offset the cost of hardware, particularly in the competitive PC and Android smartphone markets. They might also claim these apps enhance the user experience or provide value-added services, but often, they just add clutter. The silent impact of bloatware can be substantial. These apps often launch automatically when you start your device, running processes in the background that consume your RAM, or random access memory, and CPU, your central processing unit. This means less available power for the apps you actually want to use, leading to slower boot times, laggy performance, and reduced battery life. It's like having uninvited guests constantly occupying your home and using up all the electricity. The simplest way to get back a clean slate is to manually uninstall or disable bloatware. On Windows, you can go to Apps and Features in Settings. On Android, you can usually long press an app icon to get options to uninstall or disable. Disabling an app prevents it from running and consuming resources, even if you can't fully remove it from the system. It's a good first step to free up memory and storage and improve performance. For more stubborn bloatware, especially on Windows, dedicated debloater tools can be invaluable. These are often scripts or small programs designed to automate the removal of known unwanted software, including some that manufacturers make difficult to uninstall manually. Tools like Windows 10 Debloater for PCs, or specific ADB commands for Android, which stands for Android Debug Bridge, a developer tool, can provide a much deeper clean, giving you true control. For Android users, the ultimate way to get back a pristine, bloatware-free experience is through a custom ROM. A ROM, or read-only memory, in this context, refers to the operating system software. A custom ROM is a modified version of Android, often built by enthusiasts, that removes all manufacturer bloatware and offers a pure Android experience, or even adds new features. This is an advanced technique, requiring careful research, but it offers unparalleled control. When buying a new device, some retailers or manufacturers offer Signature Edition laptops or Android One phones. These devices are guaranteed to come without bloatware, providing a cleaner, faster experience right from the start. While they might cost a little more upfront, the savings in time and frustration, plus the immediate performance benefits, often make them a worthwhile investment. It's about exercising your consumer choice for a premium, bloatware-free experience. Beyond performance, bloatware often comes with privacy implications. Many pre-installed apps might track your usage data, collect personal information, or display unwanted ads. By diligently removing or disabling these applications, you not only improve your device's speed but also enhance your digital privacy and security. It's about regaining control over your personal data and ensuring that your device truly works for you, not for third-party advertisers. Bloatware, the unwanted software pre-installed by manufacturers, silently compromises your device's performance and privacy. While it's a significant revenue stream for them, you have multiple ways to get back a clean digital slate. From simple uninstallation to advanced debloater tools and choosing Signature Edition products, reclaiming your device's true potential is entirely within your grasp. It's a crucial step towards a faster, more secure, and truly personalized computing experience. And now, for our number one spot, something that touches us on a deeply personal, often emotional level, the quiet, sometimes imperceptible, changes to the very taste and texture of our favorite foods and beverages. Coming in at number 1, it's the removal of original ingredients or the subtle alteration of classic formulations by food manufacturers. It's that moment when you bite into a beloved snack or sip a familiar drink and realize, with a pang of disappointment, this just doesn't taste the same. Why would a company mess with a winning recipe? The primary driver, once again, is almost always cost. Manufacturers constantly seek ways to reduce expenses, and ingredients are a prime target. Replacing premium or more expensive ingredients with cheaper alternatives, think high fructose corn syrup instead of sugar, or vegetable oil instead of butter, can significantly boost profit margins, even if it subtly changes the flavor profile. Other factors also play a role. Evolving health trends can pressure companies to reduce sugar, salt, or fat content, leading to lighter diet versions that don't quite hit the mark of the original. New food regulations or ingredient availability can also force recipe changes. Sometimes, it's an attempt to appeal to a broader market, but in the process, the unique character that made the product beloved in the first place can be lost. Often, these recipe changes are introduced under the guise of being new and improved. Packaging might subtly change, or a small banner might proclaim new recipe. But for many longtime fans, the improvement feels more like a downgrade. This phenomenon is often rooted in taste memory. Our brains form strong associations with certain flavors from childhood or significant life events, and when those don't match, the disappointment is profound. So, how do we get back that cherished original taste? One common tactic from manufacturers, often driven by nostalgic demand, is the release of limited edition or retro versions of their classic products. These are specifically marketed to evoke nostalgia and often revert to the original formulation for a short period. Keep an eye out for these special releases, they're your best bet for a temporary taste trip down memory lane. Another fascinating avenue for reclaiming original flavors is to explore international versions of your favorite products. Due to different food regulations, ingredient availability, or even cultural taste preferences, a snack or drink sold in one country might still retain its classic recipe, while its counterpart in another country has undergone significant changes. Online importers or specialty stores can be a treasure trove for these authentic, unchanged formulations. If big brands have let you down, consider seeking out artisanal or small batch producers. These smaller companies often pride themselves on using traditional methods and high-quality, authentic ingredients, shunning the cost-cutting measures of large corporations. Whether it's craft soda, artisanal chips, or specialty chocolates, you can often find products that lovingly recreate or even surpass the quality and flavor of the original, mass-produced versions. Don't underestimate the power of your voice. Companies do listen, especially when a significant number of consumers express disappointment. Social media campaigns, online petitions, and direct feedback to customer service lines can sometimes prompt brands to reconsider their recipe changes or, at the very least, acknowledge consumer sentiment. Your collective nostalgia and dissatisfaction can sometimes be a powerful force for bringing back beloved formulations. The subtle changes to our favorite food and drink formulations can be the most heartbreaking removals, impacting our cherished taste memories. Driven by cost, health trends, or regulations, these shifts often leave us longing for the original. Yet, with vigilance for limited editions, a global palette for international versions, the support of artisanal producers, and the collective power of consumer feedback, we can often reclaim those authentic flavors. And there you have it, a fascinating, and sometimes frustrating, journey into the world of quietly removed manufacturer features and how you can actually get them back. From essential tech accessories and beloved ports to device repairability and even the cherished taste of your favorite foods, manufacturers are constantly making decisions that impact your experience. But as we've seen today, you, the informed consumer, have more power than you might think.